Welcome to Churchbank, Llandovery. And there's the home team, smart enough to defeat last week at the Cineglass Community Stadium, home of Ebbw Vale. Red card to Corey Baldwin. Really cost the visitors, Llandovery there. Bridgend, as Scott Baldwin said, also smartening from recent performances. And look at the weather here. Rain across Wales, but in West Wales, in the Llandovery area, drifting rain onto the artificial pitch. So it's Llandovery against Bridgend. Two teams with mixed fortunes. Llandovery remains second in the SRC at the moment. Just one blip last week to top of the table, Ebbw Vale. Bridgend, though, only have won 2 of their first 5. So we'll be looking to get something on it tonight as Iris Evans makes the changes, introducing lots of young Scarlets Academy boys into the team this year. The younger look to the Drovers team. And it should be a keenly contested affair, as most games are in the SRC. All the mascots here at Llandovery having a photo with their local idols. Let's have a little look at the teams then. Llandovery, Iris Evans makes 6 changes and 1 positional after defeat to Ebbw last week. Captain Joe Powell moves to lock from number 8 with Osian Davis coming in. Experienced Jamie Hughes is in at loose head. And Tian Sparrow, we saw earlier, a try score off the bench against Ebbw Vale at open side. Lee Rees makes way for George MacDonald at 9. Cian Abraham on the wing. Adam Warren brings up the average age. Also changes for Bridgend. Their big defeat at Pontypool means Scott Baldwin makes 7. New faces in tonight. Up front, there are 2 new locks in Evan Hill and Dylan Burrows. Alfie Thomas is in at 6 with Harry Olding playing as well. Thomas Jevons moves to open side flank. And the backs, Ben Evans starts in the wing. And there's a new half-back pairing. Harvey Nash is at 9. And the former Osprey, Luke Price, making his first start of the season, is at outside half.
Good to go, Mark.
Our referee tonight is Lucas Yendel, ably assisted by Gareth Newman and Ricky Rosser on the flanks as we're underway. Johan Hughes, contested kick.
Disadvantage.
It's a cold night in Llandovery as well. At the back of the stand at Churchbank here.
We're going to come back for the first knock on.
As I give Ivan Phillips, Welsh Comms, a pat in the back. Congratulations on his new book.
First knock on, lads.
And Tom joins me. Tom, I said it's a bit cold. You look cold.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit underdressed, Sean, but glad to be in the safety of the stand now.
Well, you saw firsthand what Bridgend have to offer last night, expecting a little bit of a reaction tonight from Scott Baldwin's men, and they need it against Llandovery.
Yeah, sometimes it's exactly what you need after a tough defeat or a tough loss, is to have a real tough opposition to sharpen the mind, and I'm sure they've had a good week of prep. They've got some really experienced coaches in there. I'm sure they'll be ready for Llandovery's challenge tonight.
First scrum then. Right hand side. Inside Bridgend's half. Pretty much stalemate, although Jamie Hughes gets a bit of a thrust there with young Gabe Hawley. But Bridgend get the first penalty. And Scott Baldwin will be happy with that one. Well, in the end, it was Gabe Hawley that gave way, came up, and the referee, Lucas Yendel, decided it was in Bridgend's favour. And a nice little touch finder coming in, takes him into Llandovery territory for the first time. Good movement, quick movement into the line-out. Up and gone. Chance to attack here. Luke Price up flat. Brings in Bennell. Bit of a playmaker. Bennell plays at 10 and 12, of course. Just not quite there for Ed Howley. Pass was a little behind him. Turnover ball. It's there for MacDonald. Pass out from Osian Davis. He was a little bit behind Johan Hughes, who chisels it diagonally. Now then, a chance here. Macaulay Rowley has been in electrifying form.
No, never on the ball.
Individually for Bridgend. Price sort of flashes down that left-hand side. It's gone to ground. Bennell is over on the far wing. A little bit untidy start here from both teams.
No hands now.
Bit of a counter-up going in, but Bridgend have it. Slow ball now. Harvey Nash with our first box kick of the night into the Llandovery night sky. Forward comes Jack Davis. Good game last week, Jack Davis. Couldn't get near that one, though. The Llandovery have secured it. Hooker Cameron Lewis be looking to get through some work. Busy player. Former Ospreys Academy and Abraverman. It's another box kick. This time deeper from McDonald. That's behind the Bridgend line. But Howley just got that off the outside of the boot. And Jack Davis is well placed on this one. There's space in front of him, but he likes to run. Now then, Keane Abraham couldn't quite get away from his man. And Tom, this has all been played a little bit in the middle third of the field.
Yeah, it's a frantic opening. It was a lovely little 11 play off the first line-out starter from Bridgend, trying to catch Llandovery asleep on the short side, but Bridgend will be frustrated with a couple of skill errors. But in terms of ball in play, it's very high in the opening 3.5 minutes. We've hardly had a chance to take a breath, and I think that would be something that Llandovery would be very pleased with.
Yeah, you do well to give me a little break there, but it's still in the middle of third. They got it to the edge, Llandovery, but McDonald trying to get Sparrow now involved. Blue scrum hat. Look out for him tonight. Johan Hughes rocks into position. This is a little bit more like it. Rodri Jones shaped, and here's Jack Davis. Gets it out to Abraham. Now then, puts a little chip over. It's a foot race with Luke Price on the inside. Is McDonald, will he get the bounce? He does indeed. And for all the play in the middle third, beautifully created. Rodri Jones just held up his pass, got Abraham away. The little outside kick. And it was scrum half McDonald who was on the end of it. Well worked try there, Tom.
Yeah, really well worked try. The deeper it got into the phase count and that ball in play was getting higher and higher, the more I thought it would open up Llandovery's game for them. Bit of an individual read from Ed Howley on the widest edge in defence. There's almost made the attacker's decision making up for him, but a lovely little support line from the inside from George McDonald.
Well, I know he's only 30, Luke Price, but it was no contest with McDonald running that cheat line from scrum half on the inside. Abraham would have got there as well. A well-worked try.
Yeah, I really like the way he shaped that kick, the angle of the ball dropping onto his foot, meaning that he's turning in towards that support runner from 9. So it's a lovely little bit of detail and skill execution while running at full speed there. Excellent from Keane Abraham.
Easy kick for Johan Hughes, going at 71% goal kick. Now that brings up 50 points for the season for the outside half. Now, that little kick inside is always a great little tactic, knowing your support is coming from the inside, and well followed up by the scrum half.
Bridgend will be really keen to settle into the game now. Llandovery will be really keen to back up a nice positive moment with a nice clean restart reception and then back into their game.
Deep kick again. And best start possible for Iros Evans' men. A little bit shell-shocked at the end of the game last week. Game turned on the red card of Corey Baldwin. That's a good early response from the Drovers. Donald now the try scorer.
Use 9!
Has to use it.
Yes.
Goes for touch this time. And that's a good flat box kick to touch.
As that kick build was progressing there around Llandovery's 22, Bridgend dropping 2 or 3 into the backfield, particularly on the short side really early. They'll have to be aware of that, because I know Llandovery will be looking to exploit the space on short sides. If they drop numbers early to cover the kick, they'll have to be aware for the Llandovery surprise tactic of going from that kick build ruck.
Line up for Bridgend. Tyler Olding, not straight. Was it a contest?
Out there, lads. Option.
That's way off the mark for a first line out. Not a lot of wind out here, Tom, so should be pretty easy to find your man. Contested at the front, but complete misthrow.
Yeah, you look through the Llandovery pack, there's plenty of height in there. They put 2 jumpers in the air with Joe Powell and Griff, both of them 6'5", 6'6", so there's going to be a lot of perceived pressure for that hooker's throw. So I expect Llandovery through Oshan Davis and those 2 players with Chris Long to be able to put pressure on Bridgend's line-out.
So a good attacking position here. Harvey Nash has to hold this short side for a potential 8 pickup. Wingers drop very, very deep. Ben Evans. Lots of space on this short side. And indeed, down comes Abraham. And he goes again. Well, it was so inviting. McDonald shows Abraham. Up comes Evans now to make the tackle, but it's a big gain line. Llandovery can come on the front foot. It's gone behind. Just missed time play there. Sparrow in to rescue it. Now they can regather it. Hawley, big hit by his opposite number, Nathan Evans. But it's still there. Hughes, a bit upright. Held by two Bridgend players, trying to hold him up for a maul. And Rip. It's still there. Hughes rocks to the right. Little tunnel ball through. Jack Davis, that dangerous step for the fullback. The chisel through. The race is on here now. The cover came across, but it's another try. Ben Evans couldn't rescue the situation. I think it's Tommy Lewis in the end who got the dot down. Try last week, try this week. Two real attacks from Llandovery, 2 tries.
Yeah, Tommy Lewis, Jack Davis, Cian Abraham in that back three. Real attacking threats in the wider channels. What I liked there from Llandovery, they were comfortable to get to a midfield ruck, open up 2 sides of attack and just pick the side with the least defensive numbers, and that tunnel ball was all they needed to get the ball into the space. Really well executed, and 2 tries, two from attacking kicks, so really, you know, I wonder whether it's a tactic or something that's just situational but well executed both times.
Lovely step from Jack Davis, wasn't it? I really like him as a player. Watched him through my commentary at Rugby Power, coming through the school system, and he's maturing all the time. Only 22, the fullback.
Yeah, even at 22, he's played a fair bit of senior rugby now through Pontypridd. Initially, I think, having come out the Glantaf school and then into the Scarlets in Llandovery, but played a lot of rugby at this level. And yeah, really balanced runner, knows how to beat a man, which is an undervalued skill. I think he's able to manipulate his body shape and knows when people are off balance, and seems to swerve and find his way through holes. So really, really good attacker.
Well, I mentioned the goal kicking percentage of Johan Hughes earlier. He slotted that from the right-hand side superbly. And it takes Llandovery 14-0 clear. Here's the try again.
Quite strong in the hip, Jack, as well. So if they don't get a clean shoulder on him in that tackle, he's quite often able to break a soft shoulder because of that power he's got in his hips.
Well, Scott Baldwin, Matthew Jones be scratching their heads at the moment. 14-0 out of nothing. What a clearance kick. It's all going for Llandovery tonight. Wow, what a kick that is from Cian Abraham.
Yeah, nothing better for the players or the coaching staff to have him backed up to try to clean exit, minimal rucks, conservation of energy for Llandovery's forwards pack, and straight back now, I'm sure, to challenge a line, not going from pressure to pressure situations here. So really clinical from Llandovery in a way to get out of their own half.
Good safe ball went though from Bridgend. Forward goes Zach O'Driscoll, the captain. He won't take a backward step, that's for sure. Nash goes to the sky. Well, he's got to chase it in prop. Nathan Evans, it could go anywhere. Who reacts first? Well, could have been any one of 5 or 6 players offside there. And just nothing going for Bridgend at the moment, Tom.
Yeah, it was a really dynamic carry from Thomas Jevons there, and to set up the box kick then, they had 1, 3 and 14 in that 15-metre channel, so really important that they do tie up the kick catch. Otherwise 1, 3 and 14 could leave him a little bit exposed against Llandovery back down the short side from kick return. Good
touch find there from Johan Hughes. He's got his tail up, and that puts the Bridgend pack trotting backwards to defend. An ominous line-out now from Llandovery. Look at their third try in barely 12 minutes. Little whisper coming in from Gabe Hawley to Cameron Lewis, making his 5th appearance. And it's not quite there for Llandovery. Mopped up by the open side for Bridgend, Thomas Jevons. Now they're looking to build to get out of Dodge City. Bridgend right up against it, 14-0. Nash gets a good clearance away, and his forwards will be relieved with that one under the cosh.
Yeah, good exit there from Nash. Important to get out of that 22. Llandovery will be frustrated that they've fluffed their lines at that attacking line. It was a great situation for them to be in after such a good kick from Johan Hughes.
Still not quite out of danger, Bridgend here. That's the 22, the yellow line that you see. Lewis has another go. Gets his man this time, Griff Evans, and Sparrow looks to rock out Little tip on from Rodri Jones to Adam Warren. He went backwards and McDonald reacted quicker. Round the corner they go. We flash back with Johan Hughes on this side now. He goes over the top and it's intercepted. Has he got the legs now? Well, he chisels it forward. So many Llandovery shirts back there. Evans chases Abraham. He goes to ground in his own 22. Plenty of Llandovery shirts there. They seem to react a little quicker. McDonald just wants another phase to compose his team, to clear his lines. A brilliant interception there. Probably went to the wrong guy.
That's out.
McDonald regains composure, but just for a moment there, the alarm bells were going off for Llandovery. Tom, nice to see an interception, isn't it?
Yeah, you could see Johan Hughes knew sort of where the space was and where he wanted to put the ball, but really high pressure from the outside in Bridgend's defence, which is characteristic of how they like to defend. Like you said, Sean, just perhaps the wrong guy picking the pass off, but good defensive read. And hopefully Bridgend now can settle into the game with a nice line-out attack.
Well, they've won that one. It didn't look particularly straight. Evans comes in off the wing. Sparrow meets him, but he's bounced off by the winger into midfield. Brunel steps up. Price flicks it on beautifully. Howley gets it out there, but the pass was behind the winger. Gilted's chance really for a one-on-one, and just little bits of detail. Well worked. Brunel out the back. Price, the second receiver, tipped it on, and the pass just not quite right for the winger.
Yeah, great combination between Ben Burnell and Luke Price on the edge, but all coming from Ben Evans' carry on phase one. Real direct, but so much intent in the way he carried the ball, creating really quick ruck speed. Llandovery struggled to get the numbers around the corner then, and that was a good chance and a good opportunity, one that Bridgend will be frustrated that the last pass was dropped. But brilliant carry from Ben Evans, a big talent.
Encouraging signs then for Bridgend. Interception. Going to the wrong man. It was Dylan Burrows, it was. Probably wanted a double-digit man on your back for that interception. Barely 70 metres to go, but at least some pressure, an opportunity, and a free kick this time. And a tap and go from McDonald. Hughes says, I don't want it. Have it in the air. Oh, a big challenge come in, but couldn't quite get there. Macaulay Rowley, and now it's fallen for Bridgend. The offload is kicked on. Nash, can he get the foot race? Hughes goes back, it's spilled all over the place, and Bridgend, well, you think that was the try line. It's not. The yellow line's the try line. Confusion here. There's a football pitch in white lines, rugby pitch in yellow.
No, he's there.
Well, the kicks seem to be the way forward. 2 kicks led to Llandovery tries, and one nearly to a Bridgend try there.
Nothing for me, lad.
Tommy Lewis there got his timing wrong, didn't really know whether to go up and contest for that ball aerially, and got his timing wrong and made contact with the Bridgend catcher. So fortunate to get away with that one, really. But the way Llandovery managed that free kick exit was putting themselves under pressure. Bridgend looked lethal then when the game broke up, which they will do with Macaulay Rowley, Ed Howley, lots of attacking threats in there. Thomas Jevons works really hard and is one of the first forwards on the scene. An opportunity there for Bridgend that they're going to need to start taking soon.
Just wondered, did Jevons think that was the line, or did he just fall over? Strange reaction, but it is a little confusing unless you paid real attention in the warm-up. You get your colours wrong. Now then, Llandovery need a solid scrum. Big pressure from Bridgend, but it's just held out Johan Hughes. A little bit of time in his hands and puts a beautiful kick in over on that far side. Good drills, as you'd say.
Yeah, excellent kick distance from Johan Hughes, but Bridgend will be encouraged by the look of that scrum. They looked like they were in great shape and moving that forward and putting a little bit of pressure on Llandovery's scrum there. Maybe that'll be something to keep an eye on as the game develops, but excellent kick distance to relieve pressure from Johan Hughes, not for the first time tonight.
Yeah, looks composed tonight, Johan Hughes. A good player for Llandovery. Often the unsung hero. So many good players around in recent seasons. Bridgend have their line-out functioning now, and it's a big surge into Llandovery's half.
Out now.
Just repelled. It's at the back there.
Don't change.
With hooker Tyler holding.
Out now, 6.
Nudging it forward. That's a 10-metre line.
Blue to ground.
Got to keep this moving. Nash goes to the air, surprisingly. Price. And Rowley, who does
fine,
knock it back.
onside.
Where does it go? Into the hands of Jevons. And now, width for Howley. Shows and goes. Dangerous play at the full-back. Still with it. Shrugging Llandovery players off. Gets it infield to his centre, Joseph Gatt. Played every minute of every game so far. Penalty. Nash wants to go quick.
Excellent bit of play there from Bridgend. They got that maul rolling. When you need a little bit of security in your game to go towards that set piece and get that maul rolling. Surprised to see them go to the air, having got decent territory into Llandovery's half, but because the kick was so accurate and the competition in the air was good, it created transition, and Ed Howley, who you see in shot there, very dangerous from those broken field scenarios. So good bit of play from Bridgend.
Yeah, Ed Howley, get him into the game. Things happen. We're in 25, but he's playing fullback. Got to step and offend.
That's not me.
Very difficult to bring down there. See ball in one hand, but shrugging defenders off, and it's led to a penalty. And Price has kicked to the corner. Real chance here. Go to the back again. It's low, but Bridgend have it. Now then, good maul last time out. What can they do this close to the line? Olding has the ball. It's a little ugly, but now he shrugs people off, and he's got it at the back. It looks pretty good from Bridgend. I don't think it's going to come from there.
No, out.
Still moving forward, although slightly across field.
Advantage blue.
Now they have another advantage. And the penalty's given. Well, off the back of that,
Side. No, not for me.
Coach Hancock, you feel you go to the corner again?
Yeah, certainly
Can't
that
come
would
outside
be my decision. I think that looked really good, having survived the initial pressure from Llandovery's maul defence. I thought Bridgend did a really good job to sort of build that pressure and exert it and get it moving, and they showed good control and patience at the back of it before they started getting it rumbling forward. And they forced the referee to manage Llandovery's forwards out to that maul, which has ultimately led to a repeat set. And a great chance here for Bridgend to hit one back.
Well, this is a little closer, and they go to the middle this time. Good clean ball. There's an impetus here. As Burrows came down, it looks very close. They try their hardest, Llandovery, but it's well worked in the end. It looked much cleaner and quicker delivery from that maul, and eventually Bridgend get over the line, and Scott Baldwin can rest easy that they're back in the game.
Yeah, the word you used there, Sean, impetus, all came from the punch, from that +1 forward out of the line and the way he hit that maul as the ball was transferred down, creating that forward momentum. And Llandovery never really recovered from that punch by Thomas Jevons. Really well built maul. 2 in a row now that they put Llandovery under pressure with, so that could be something that they could go to throughout the game as a weapon, judging by the first 15-20 minutes.
Ben Burnell charged with the responsibility of gaining the extra 2. It's a good strike, but it's gone past the left upright. Sights are out for Burnell, so here's the try again. As you say, Tom, got that impetus from the initial catch, and leg drive was good, and it was Jevons who finally got over.
He managed to roll that back shoulder in towards the 15 as well. Difficult for Llandovery to get any sort of weight or force behind it then square. Really well built maul.
Super Bridgend in the game. Hughes gets us going. Evans claims it. Good confident call and take from the young winger. Now Bridgend seem to have settled a little bit now. Bit of possession. The score.
Hughes!
Nash. Better box kick. Jack Davis promotes himself. And Llandovery in that middle third again. Cam Lewis, the hooker, goes himself. He's well met this time by Evan Hill. Baglan, RFC and Talbot man. Hughes. Little tip on coming in from Joe Powell, the skipper. Playing at lock tonight, but there's a turnover. Evans. Bridgend coming into this game. Llandovery a little complacent there. Back to Price. Saw some space. Actually hit Burrows, his own man there. He saw some space on the diagonal. Abraham in a bit of trouble. Some blue and white shirts there. Llandovery a little slow to get back.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure the referee knew how to react there when Luke Price has caught one of his own players on the back of the head, but that kick looked like it was finding a lot of grass deep in Llandovery's backfield. I really like the way Harvey Nash transitioned in and moved that ball to space quickly to give Luke Price that backfield space to exploit. But really impressed so far with Ben Evans, the way he caught that kick off, collision dominant off the first carry, and gave Bridgend a really good platform to kick or run off.
A good take from Ed Howley from another McDonald box kick. And Bridgend just seemed to be growing in confidence, and they get another penalty. They make that 3 in the box. Let's go over to Lauren, who's with Matthew Jones from Bridgend.
Listen, for me, I come in and pin him in, okay? Give him an opportunity to roll in his
Matthew
fire.
Jones, un o'r fforddwyr Pen-y-bont yn cadw cwmni fi. We've seen a couple of promising attacks, halted by a knock-on or two. You finally found your way over and a route back into this game, Matthew.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we have, Lauren. Look, it was a bit of a slow start. 10 minutes didn't quite get into momentum. Conceded 2 early tries, but we spent a bit of time in their half, created lots, and yeah, got over the line there, which was a much-needed try. So look, the key is to spend some time in this half and keep hold of the ball, because we're creating a lot of problems for the Llandovery defence when we are down here.
Are you looking at this team, is that the momentum swing you needed? They've got their tails up at the moment.
Yeah, I hope so, because look, they're two very similar teams, attack mindset, and Llandovery have shown their intent and their execution. Our intent there just lacked a bit of execution once or twice, but like I say, the more times and more entries we have and repeat sets we have in this half, the better it'll be for us.
Great, thanks for your time.
Matthew Rat Jones, as he's known, and he smiles at me. It's another one of former players that I coached, along with Scott Baldwin, coaching team of Bridgend, but spoke very eloquently there about the attack of his team. But another missed opportunity there, Tom, from that line out. Good chance to build on.
Yeah, that'll be frustrating, particularly for Scott, obviously, with his line-out expertise, to give opportunities to build pressure back to Llandovery to get off the hook, as it were. That'll be a frustrating thing for him, because they look like they can build a lot of pressure if they can just hold on to the ball for long enough in their half.
Lovely break coming in here. Line speed came from Bridgend, but Tommy Lewis in off his wing, little shoulder lifted ball from Johan Hughes. Referee's getting right in the mix there. He's actually tackled. And the crowd like that one, you don't see that very often.
Calm down, lads.
Bridgend's aggressive.
Harvey Nash having a bit of fun, but ref got himself right in the middle of that. But it was a lovely break coming in from Tommy Lewis. Little lift ball from Johan Hughes, and through he went.
Yeah, Bridgend's aggressive defence coming from out the win, and the sort of Llandovery backs through Tommy Lewis, they're working off their wings to give little shoulder balls and trying to attack in those little between those defensive seams that do naturally open up when you start getting high on the outside. You expect more of that because it's part of Llandovery's DNA anyway, but Bridgend will keep on committing to that line speed defence, and when they get it right, it'll be man and ball, and when they get it wrong, it might be little holes and half breaks like we've just seen there.
Now the refs recovered from that tackle. It wasn't the most offensive tackle coming in from Harvey Nash, but we go again.
Hold that gap.
And after all that fun, it's ended in a scrum, 15 metres in, left-hand side.
Okay, stand up, lads.
It's actually a similar place to where Cian Abraham and George McDonald took that short side earlier on in the game. Be interesting to see whether Bridgend manipulate their defence to try and paint a different picture. You can see communication at this moment between 9 and 11 to see if they can swing down that short side for an easy win, or will they go open.
Clear? Yeah, happy.
So you see a crowd here at Church Bank. It's a good sprinkling of Llandovery supporters. 1 or 2 Bridgend hats in here as well.
Yeah, open. Seconds.
We go again on the reset scrum. Young Lucas Yendel is the ref tonight.
Over. Think. Cool.
Gabe Hawley, who was pretty impressive. There's Nick Cudd, former Dragons back row. Lee Rees on his right. Expect to see a little bit later on.
You 2 here. You 3 here. The issue is this side, lads. Get your bind, keep the gap. Reset.
Not the biggest speech in the world from the ref, but meaningful, I suppose. So we'll try for a 3rd time here. Time to get this going. So Ben Evans has just rocked towards, well, sort of behind the scrum, because He's got nobody to mark. Keane Abraham has rocked infield, and we saw that last time from a similar scrum position. They went down the short side, so it's a big short side. Nash leaves his position, and they do go to the open, and Abraham comes in, brings in Hughes. Well, it looked as though McDonald might get it, but Rodri Jones was short. Hughes, good catch. Now then, first real purposeful attack from Llandovery in a while. Sparrow promotes himself, always a willing horse. They're edging forward here.
No hands out, no.
Wow, crowd just shouted a little bit.
Time off, lads.
We've got an issue here, so have a listen to the ref.
I'm trying to get out of the way. I appreciate that. Need that player in, lads. That player in, please.
Which one was it?
The tip there.
Yeah, which one was it? You don't know which one it is, yeah?
In, lads.
Which one? Well, you sure it's him?
Yeah, he just said so.
I need the player in, please.
I was up there. I was
Ricky, you've got a number? Number two, lads. Listen. Clearly tipped the legs above the horizontal. It hasn't landed directly on his head, so I'm at the yellow card only, okay?
Well, it's a yellow card for Cam Lewis for tip tackle.
Appreciate that, but he cannot lift the legs above the horizontal like that. It's dangerous, okay?
Wow. Let's just have a little look at this, Tom. Talk us through it.
Yeah, there's obviously trying to threaten that ball, and they're in the wrong position to try and clean him out of that ruck, and by any means necessary they're trying to create that quick ball, but I think the right call from the referee is a dangerous clear out. When you see those legs go above the horizontal, it is only really one decision. The difficulty was picking who it was, and I thought Joe Powell's captaincy there in the way he tried to manage that situation with the ref was a little bit sneaky but very clever.
Yeah, Joe Powell knew exactly who it was, but it wasn't up to him to decide. It's down to the referee, who quite nervously, had to deal with that situation. The SRC is about developing players, yes, but officials as well as coaches. And Lucas Yendel got it right in the end.
Yeah, well done to the referee. It was difficult. He arrived at the right decision by the end, took his time, didn't rush into anything. I thought he managed it well after looking a little bit perplexed to start off. Bridgend will be frustrated that they didn't capitalise on that line out then from the penalty.
Okay, because we have a scrum, and then we have a replacement. On comes Finn Thomas, 2 tries to his name this season. And game is just, a couple of incidents just slowed up a little bit since a blistering start from the home team, Llandovery, who went 2 tries clear. Gen have come back, but now have a 1-player advantage.
Court. Boy. Set.
So full complement with Finn Thomas on McDonald. Tommy Lewis shows to come in, and he gets it on the inside ball from Owen Hughes, who's taken off the ball a little bit by Ben Burnell. Fair tackle though. Burrows making a nuisance of himself. There's a Bridgend player stuck in there. Ref says play on. McDonald eventually has it. Have to play using the forwards a little bit now. And runs some of the clock down. McDonald orders his forwards around the corner for a bit of a chase line. It's going to land just inside the 22. Opportunity. Oh, difficult one for Rowley. And Tommy Lewis has pounced on it, picks it up superbly. There's some support coming in from Llandovery, and they get to within 5 metres. Griff Evans picks it up. Sparrow, little step of his left foot. Has he got the power to power over the line? He gets support. Is it down? The referee can't see it. He was late getting up, but his arm goes up and he blows it. He has somehow seen the ball down.
He was touching the grass. You're not going to go under him now.
He says it's touching the grass.
He's touching the grass before
Just apologise if you hear any unsavoury language there in the heat of the moment, but Tian Sparrow looks like he's got it down for Llandovery's 3rd try.
Yeah, Bridgend again will be frustrated. It's an unforced error from them. The kick was initially too long. but that skill error under the high ball has allowed Tommy Lewis to go and get a foot to it, and I thought Chris Long did superbly well up in support here and to survive that first tackle to give himself time. And what you see from Tian Sparrow is he doesn't allow defenders to get a clean shot on him. He's not the biggest of forwards, but what his attacking footwork into contact is exceptional, and no one ever seems to get a clean shot on him, and that's what's allowed him to generate that post-contact meter or two that just he needs then, and that he's got that power and dynamism to find his way over the line. Great finish by Tian Sparrow.
Johan Hughes has the easy two, and there's a replay of it. But I tell you what, Tom, if you were a betting man and you'd watched Tian Sparrow a few times, you'd put a few quid on him to score a try in a game, wouldn't you?
I taught him all the way through school in Dyffryn Aman, and I also coached him for the Scarlets under-18s, and I got to say he was probably the best under-18s player I've ever seen and ever coached for that one campaign. At that point in time I would have put a few quid on a Welsh cap as well, but yeah, when you see him playing, it was great to see him after illness and injury get him back on the field. And yeah, I totally agree, Sean, he always looks to impact the game either with a line break or a try or even a defensive contact turnover, but he always impacts the game.
If we were betting men.
Take him back, yeah.
If we were.
Bit of kick tennis. Well, we had a chat about young Tian Sparrow, who scored the third try for Llandovery, but Jack Davis doesn't do that. He likes the counter-attack. Good follow-up tackle.
Not now.
Coming in from Macaulay Rowley, and nowhere to go at the moment. Bridgend contesting that one, and Johan Hughes says, give it to me. Puts out the back to Adam Warren.
Hold 7 and 9.
Little chisel through this time. Price is back there. It's been quite quiet, Luke Price. Hasn't had too much to do. Leg heavily strapped.
Keep working, Red.
Again, we're back to the kick tennis. Harvey Nash, the nine's down there. He goes infield to Ed Howley. Good to see him free flowing. Picks his head up, kicks on the run. That's a dangerous one for Warren, but he's back there. Sees Jack Davis. He picks his head up, goes down the middle of the field, finds, well, I would say grass, but it's artificial here. And Nash decides to go to touch, and after all that, we're back to around about the 10-metre line for a Llandovery line-out.
Yeah, Llandovery don't need to do any more than that. With the yellow card, they'll be happy with that 7 points that they've just picked up, which Bridgend will be very frustrated with, so they can afford to stay in that kick battle. Definitely undervalued space on the field is that sort of midfield kick space between the two set and the backfield. It's nice to see Llandovery use that there off the back of what was an accurate long kick from Ed Howley. So one kick battle, one there from Llandovery, showing a little bit of patience.
Well, we've got the weather coming in again now. It's cold and wet here in Llandovery. Sparrow spins, puts McDonald on his way. Jones.
Tackle!
Did well, experienced centre. Grabbed a try against Eberville last week. Quick hands, and Sparrow's there again. And as Tom Hancock was saying, he's got that step. He never runs into bodies. He runs into spaces and weak shoulders. Llandovery are building towards a fourth try here, but Bridgend having a say in it. Was that high?
Yeah, looks high.
Not rolling away in the end.
I'd expect Llandovery to not force their hand here while they've got the yellow card. They'll be happy either to take the full minute before having a shot at goal or working it into the corner and trying to live in Bridgend's 22 until they're back up to their full 15 complement.
Here's not rolling away, coming up. Well, no, that was the end of it. They're not gone, but penalty was for not rolling away, and they do go for the corner, use up the time.
Okay.
Assistant's flag over there is showing a bit of a breeze now in Llandovery's favour, with the rain as well, but you know, what a chance here to grab a second try whilst down to 14 players. A real boost for Euros Evans's men. Clean ball, bring it down. They have a full complement of forwards there, despite the yellow card, and in come the backs. And why wouldn't they? Rodri Jones is in there. Tommy Lewis thought about it, but has stayed out. The scrum half, McDonald is in there, it's gone down, the arm is up, and that's the fourth try for Llandovery, albeit with 14 players. And as we approach 4.5 minutes of half time, it takes them out to 26 points to 5.
Yeah, big blow for Bridgend. The momentum shift really with Llandovery now with this yellow card, getting 2 tries and potentially 14 points if Johan Hughes is successful kicking this. I thought they built the maul well. Rodri Jones using all of his experience to understand when that ball needed hitting, so you can see him joining this maul. Tommy Lewis not quite so sure. I think he wanted to dive over on the short side, but 9 and 12 adding to the significant power of the Llandovery forwards and working their way over. Bridgend need to regroup here. It's important, even if they don't score, that they don't concede another one before half-time, just to solidify and try and build something. They need to kick off and live the rest of this first half in Llandovery's territory and try and get away with something before going in for half-time, just to try and salvage a little bit of momentum.
Well, you're thinking it was Tian Sparrow minus his scrum hat. They got the ball down in the end. Johan Hughes using up as much time as possible, of course. Llandovery still down to 14 men on that yellow card. Strikes it well, turns away, flags go up. He's kicked well tonight. Johan Hughes adds the extra 2, and Llandovery are out to 28 points to 5.
So I've got 2.5 left.
Yeah, and those conversions do add up. You know, when you're adding the 2 after every 5, you're all of a sudden after 4 scores, it's a bigger margin than when you're sort of kicking at sort of 50-60%. So to kick at 100% is big.
Luke Price pumps it back down to 2-try scorer Tian Sparrow. All action, open side.
Yes!
McDonald kicked well. Got a bit of a breeze behind him. Price takes that well. Howley, in assistance, had to get rid of it quickly, and here's the dangerous Jack Davis. Yeah, he always looks to attack and runs at the ref, who acts as a bit of a defender in that line. Used to coach that. Look for the ref's jersey, because there will be separation in that defensive line, but Bridgend have done well. And Hughes happy to go to the air. Price nearly overcooked it, but did well. Here's young Ben Evans. He's exciting. Runs hard, doesn't he? Great step, offloads. It's knocked on, I think, though, by Joseph Gatt.
Just a knock-on.
It's frustrating for Bridgend. They look really dangerous. They got lots of good players out there just coming up with some errors, which is stopping them building anything. But really impressed again by Ben Evans' dynamism from a standing start. He looks really explosive.
Yeah. This is the table as it stands. Llandovery obviously will have played 6 after tonight, and with 26 points. And Ebu Vale would have 2 games in hand. They play in the weekend. They play against Cardiff. And it's Newport this weekend, actually. Ebu Vale will play Swansea in the 3rd. So they do have an extra game in hand, of course, for the game that was postponed against Cardiff because the post blew down. But temporarily, Llandovery, if the score stays the same, would go top. Penalty at the scrum. And again, it's not going Bridgend's way.
30, sorry. 30.
There's Eros Evans. Never looks that happy, but I'm sure he will be.
Second time.
Despite the yellow card, they've scored 2 tries while it's down to 14.
Just on the edge of the line, lads.
And have started well and finished well in this first half. Final minute of the first half then. Johan Hughes has pulled all the strings.
They've called them 6.
At 10, Donald had a good game. Complex movement. Goes to the back. Sparrow switches it this time, but Bridgend read it well. Nathan Emmons couldn't quite grab him.
Tackle!
On they can, but it's gone forward.
Not gone there, lads.
And the referee says that'll do for the first half, and it's been dominated really by Llandovery. 4 tries. Tian Sparrows grabbed 2 of those, and 2 tries were made once a yellow card had been given. Early try from scrum half McDonald, Tommy Lewis. Both of those tries came from little chip kicks, follow-up kicks. It took Llandovery 14-0 points clear, but then Jevons got back from another kick, ironically, to make it 14-5. But then Tian Sparrow grabbed 2 towards the end of the first half, whilst the yellow card was in place. 1 from a maul. But at half-time at Church Bank, Llandovery is the home team that lead Bridgend by 28 points to 5.
Right, wel roedd Lanymddyfri yn gwybod bod cyfle gyda nhw i neidio i frig y tafl heno, a oedd un ddechreuad penderfynol yn dod i. Cais o fewn y 5 munud cyntaf, maen nhw wedi selio'r pwynt bonus yn barod ar yr egwyl. Fydden nhw'n weddol hapus yn meddwl yn y sefyll newid na, yn wedi gan ystyried Tom Hancock bod nhw wedi sgorio 2 gais gyda 1 dyn yn bryn. Maen nhw wedi ailafel y momentum y gêm.
Odyn, bydd Pen-y-bont mor rwystredig gyda'r ffordd nhw wedi rheoli'r cyfnod na le mae'r Cerdyn Melyn wedi rhoi Llanymddyfri lawr i 14 o ddynion, ond o ran beth nath Llanymddyfri, o'n nhw'n eitha pwyllog yn y ffordd wnaethon nhw aros mewn yn y frwydr gicio, a wnaethon nhw aros am y gwall wrth Pen-y-bont, a wnaethon nhw roi'r tiriogaeth i nhw, a nhw'n glinigol iawn wedyn yn sgori pwyntio oedd cefn hwnna.
Ie, Luke Price fanna'n siarad yn amlwg, mae fe na oherwydd i brofiad, ond ydy Pen-y-bont falle gwahodd Llanymddyfri mewn i'r gêm a Ifan, a'i gwalle Pen-y-bont falle di roi y sylfaen nhw yn hanner cynta'r gêm o leia?
Ie, fi'n credu os ti'n edrych nôl ar y cyfleoedd gath Llanymddyfri, un falle gyda'r lein ddim yn syth, a mae'r camgymeriadau mae Pen-y-bont i wneud i roi cyfleoedd eiraidd i Llanymddyfri i wir taflu dwrn pan maen nhw yn mynd mewn i'r 2 rhigau yna. Ond wnaethon ni sôn y beth i'r llinell amddiffynol yna gyda Pen-y-bont, a ni wedi gweld sawl gwaith y ffaith bod chwaraewyr yn dod lan yn gyflym iawn gyda'r llinell amddiffynol yna, ond fel unigolion, mae'r olwyr sydd gyda Llanymddyfri yn digon profiadol, yn bwydo'i amser nhw ar y bel, yn taflu falle ffug bas, a wedyn mae'r amddiffyn yn dod lan bach yn rhy fel unigolion, a wedyn mae'r gwaglen yn cael ei creu, a mae'r unigolion sydd gyda Llanymddyfri y tu ôl yn wir yn cosbi Pen-y-bont. Ie, di bod yn broblem cyson, rhywbeth mae angen trisio, ond ewn i nôl i wylio ac i ddadansoddi'r cais cyntaf. Cais George MacDonald, Abraham, dwi'n meddwl, yn lledu'r bel fan hyn, Tom.
Ie, chi'n gweld lot o grysau glas Pen-y-bont o amgylch y ryc cyntaf na, fel wedodd Ifan, dod yn rili ymosodol o'r tu allan lan fel Pen-y-bont, yn dod yn unigol a wneud penderfyniad yr ymosodol lan. O'n i'n rili hoffi'r ffordd nath Cian Abraham siapio'r bel moddi wrth ei drod fe, yn gwybod bydde fe'n troelli nôl tuag at y 9, a fydde'n redeg y llinell y lan ganol y car. Ni'n meddwl bod nhw'n gorffen y cais yn arbennig, ond petai Pen-y-bont wedi bod bach yn fwy amyneddgar gyda'r llinell amddiffynol na, fi'n credu falle bydden nhw wedi gallu reoli hwnna i'r llinell ystlys, a wedyn mynd yn galed off y ryc na.
A wedyn Tommy Lewis yn ychwanegu i'r sgorfwrdd Ifan, a Jack Davis yn allweddol yn y cais yma. Mae gymaint opsiynau dyn nhw yn dod yn y llinell gefn. Ie, mae hyn yn wych gan Llanymddyfri ar ei gorau, y cefnwr, y trad esmwyth na yn dod oddi ar ei drod 10, a wedyn y gic yn cael ei mesur yn berffaith, a wedyn yr esgellwr Pen-y-bont yn dod o gros yn anffodus, yn colli'r gic, a bounce y bel rygbi yn gallu fod yn anhaclus iawn ar y 10, ond Tommy Lewis gyda'r profiad sydd ag e'r cyflymdra ag oedd e'n gwybod yn union be oedd y bel na'n mynd i wneud a yn sgoro'r cais. Ond Pen-y-bont, geithon nhw ambell i cyfnod y ddawol yn y 2 ar hugain o'r diwedd yn gwneud y mwyaf o un ohonyn nhw.
Ie, maen nhw wedi edrych yn beryglus ar brydiau, yn enwedig mas yn Sianeli Llydan yn gollwng y bel unwaith neu ddwywaith, ond pan gathon nhw'r sgarmes symudol, yn enwedig ar bwys llinell Llanymddyfri, ond nhw wedi adeiladu fe'n rili dda. Thomas Jevons roi punch eitha cryf i hwn, a wedyn rolio'r ysgwydd gefn tuag at y llinell 15, a ond nhw'n edrych yn beryglus yn efallai 3 sgarmes symudol cyn i nhw actually sgorio honno, so bydden nhw'n bles i hwnna. Os bydden ni'n tîm y ffordd i Pen-y-bont nawr, bydden ni'n meddwl, rhaid, mae'n rhaid i fynd nôl i ryw agwedd gadar nhw'n gêm, ni'n lle adeiladu tyma bach o gysondeb a rhywbeth i gael ni nôl mewn i'r gêm, a fi'n credu falle bydde'r sgarmes symudol yn rhywbeth bydden ni'n edrych fel arf i wneud na. Ie, sgwniau dyna'r neges mae Scott Baldwin yn rhoi ei dîm ar hyn o bryd. Mae wastad yn ryddhad yn diwedd pan mae'r gŵr ni'n siarad am cyn y gêm, Tian Sparrow, yn dod mas ac yn gwneud fe wedon ni, neu be o'n i'n disgwyl gweld e'n wneud, chwaraewr dynamig.
pwerus yn agor i'r llinell. Gwaith trad anhygol. Mae wedi dangos hynny i gyd hyn o Tom.
Ie, mae fe'n deall pwy yw e fel chwaraewr, mae fe'n ddynamig a mae fe'n bwerus, ond dwi byth yn gadael i'r amddiffynwyr i gael shot glan, ond fe'n defnyddio i drad mewn i'r dacl yn effeithiol iawn. Mae fe wastad yn gwybod ble mae'r ysgwydd wan na, fe bod fe'n gallu cael yr un i ddau fetr na ar ôl y contact sydd yn galluogi fe yn yr enghraifft yma i sgori'r cais, ond mae fe'n defnyddio i drad mewn i'r contact yn effeithiol iawn.
Yes.
War y teg iddo, mae'n aros ar ei dradau, so dwi ddim yn marw gyda'r bêl, mae'n camu nôl mewr, ond unwaith o, ti'n gweld yw Price yn y mas o'r lein amddiffynol na yn gadarn iawn, falle sy'n gorfodi Tian Sparrow i camu nôl mewn, ond dwi ddim byth yn marw gyda'r bêl na, mae'n cadw i tradau oddi tanog a mae'r chwaraewyr wedyn yn gallu ychwanegu'r pwysau na. A o'r teg, mae hwnna'n cais da iawn gyda Lanymddyfri.
Ie, mae'n gwneud. Mae'n gwneud y gwaith yn anodd iawn yn diwer am ddiffynwyr, ond dyna ni 20 munud i fynd fan hyn ar Fanc yr Eglwys. Digon o chwaraeon i ddod ar S4C dros y penwythnos. Gorio i chi dydd Sadwrn met Caerdydd yn croesawu'r Flint. Pêl-drod rhyngwladol nos Sadwrn, uchelbwyntiau o gêm Cymru yn erbyn Awstralia. Gêm ola Jess Fishlock yn y Crys Coch. Marathon Eryri sy'n mynd ar sylw nos Sul am 7 o'r gloch cyn o sgorio yn dychwelyd nos Lun gyda uchelbwyntiau'r penwythnos. A mae mwy o rygbi chi hefyd. Caerdydd yn erbyn Caeredin. Cyfle i Gaerdydd bennu'r bloc cyntaf o'r Bencampwriaeth Rygbi Unedig ar nodyn uchel. Gêm ddarbu dydd Sadwrn. Mi fydd uchelbwyntiau Super Rygbi Cymru i chi fel yr arfer nos Fawrth cyn bod ni'n dychwelyd i glwb Tom Hancock Pontypool nos Iau nesaf. A mae wedi bod yn wythnos prysur ym myd Rygbi Cymru gyda Steve Tandy yn cyhoeddi ei garfan cyntaf. 5 chwaraewr heb gap yn cael ei enwi. Sawl chwaraewr yn dychwelyd i'r garfan am y tro cyntaf mewn sawl blwyddyn fel Rhys Carey, Callum Sheedy, Lewis Rhys-Zammit. Ond ddoi ti yn gyntaf Ifan, y chwaraewyr heb gap Rodi Cochlin, Morgan Moss, Louis Hennessy, James Fender, Danny Southwood. Argraffiadau di o'r garfan yn ei gyfanrwydd?
Ie, yn ei gyfanrwydd. Dwi'n eitha bles gyda siw mae pethau'n edrych, mae cymysgedd na i fi os byddwn ni'n goffod pwynto un person mas, dwi'n edrych ymlaen i weld Morgan Moss, dwi'n falch iawn bod yn y garfan, mae wedi creu tipyn o argraff yn yr cwpl o wythnosau agoriadol yn y gyngrair, mae wedi bod yn arf bwerus iawn i'r gweilch a mae'n gret i weld yma prynhawn mae lan yn cefnogi cwpl o'r boes sy'n ware gyda Pen-y-bont a fi yn gobeithio geith ei gyfle a geith cyfle i ennill i gap gynta ge.
Ie, a fi fyd, wythwr gweilch wedi chwarae blaen ysgellwr agored fyd wythnos diwetha. Ond Tom, mae'r ser fyna yn dynodi chwaraewyr sydd wedi chwarae yn Super Rygbi Cymru. Ti'n nabod rhai o'n nhw'n well na gilydd, chwaraewyr y dreigiau, wrth gwrs ti wedi hyfforddi nhw. Be wneud i felly o rheini ti allan wneud y cam lan yn gloiach na'r disgwyl ar y degau?
Ie, fi'n credu bod hwnna'n rhywbeth sy'n rhoi hwb a hyder i'r bechgyn sydd yn chwarae yn y gyngor yma ar hyn o bryd i feddwl cyn bo hir, os maen nhw'n parhau i ddatblygu fel chwaraewyr, mae'n bosib i wneud y trosiad neu i'r gêm broffesiynol a mewn i tîm Cymru. O'n i'n hoffi gweld Alex Mann fel crwt ifan yn chwarae yn y gyngor yma dros Gaerdydd a fi'n really hoffi'r ffordd mae fe'n chwarae yna dros Gaerdydd yn URC a mae'n neis i fe i fod nôl yn y garfan. Chi'n gweld y datblygiad na o'r lefel yma rygbi wrth i nhw dyfu'n hun a mae fe'n neis i weld bod y llwybr talent yn gweithio.
Ambell i chwaraewr nôl yn y garfan oedd ar goll yn Japan, Thomas Williams wrth gwrs, a Jack Morgan yn brysur gyda'r llewod. Mae Jack wedi gysylltu wythnos yma gyda'r Saraceniad. Adroddiadau yn sôn falle bod e'n mynd i adael y gweilch ar ôl blwyddyn yma. Dyw e ddim yn syndod? Dyw e Ifan o ystyried yr ansicrwydd sy'n Nghymru ar hyn o bryd?
Na, dim o gwbl. Ar diwedd y dydd gyda ffordd mae Jack wedi ymlygu na a ware yn y cwpl o flynyddoedd diwetha. Sy'n mynd sy'n ni dim o fe bod y tîmoedd mawr yma yn dod ato ge a gofyn i gael sgwrs a i weld beth yw i benderfyniadau ge a'i syniadau ge am y dyfodol. Felly i fi o ran Jack chi, byddech chi ddim yn baio ge, achos mae rygbi'n gallu fod yn yrfa eitha fer, felly mae Lanny Jack be mae'n neud a byddai'n golled enfawr i Gymru os bydde fe'n mynd.
Bod y gêm allai angen a cyfle i weld bob gêm brawf ar S4C yn fyw dros yr Hydref. Cyfle hefyd i wylio rhywbeth arall ar S4C dros y penwythnos. Rhaglen ddogfen Ifan Phillips y cam nesaf. Mae fe ar S4C Click a'r iPlayer.
I fi o hyd i gael ei nabod falle fel Ifan Phillips, y chwaraewr rygbi, rwy'n ffit. Ond wedyn ar ôl y ddamwen, o'n i'n teimlo bach ar goll. Cynara, dwi lle dod yn gyfarwydd gyda pethau a cynara fi lle dod i realisation bod hwn yw sefyllfa fi a hwn yw'n fywyd i. Y rwydda, mae pethau'n mynd.
Le benna mae Ifan, mae gole, a bydd yn newn ni'n prawd o, sy'n dwt.
A ti'n cyhoeddi llyfr, Ifan. Wel, ti wedi cyhoeddi llyfr, bach i'r cyfle, a mae nhw gret wythnos yma. Mae'r llyfr gyda ti, ti'n mynd i ddatgelu fe nawr hyd y lledrith. Ond falle ni fan hyn yn gyfarwydd a dy stori ni'n gweld ti'n aml, ond mae fe mor ysbrydoledig. Sut ti'n adlewyrchu ar y blynyddoedd diwetha a'r broses o sgrifennu hwnna?
Diolch yn fawr am y cyfle i sôn amdano, a fyna i bachu'r cyfle i sôn amdano. Fach yn cheesy, sori. Ond na, oedd e'n broses anodd i wedi lle, a oedd e'n broses emosiynol ar diwedd y dydd. O'n i'n ailfyw, falle cyfnodau eitha tywyll, ond na, mae wedi bod yn broses dwi'n sicr wedi mwynhau, a dwi'n falch bod, fi'n falch iawn o'r cynnyrch sydd â fi, a gobeithio bydd y sylwadau fi wedi cael hyd yn hyn ers sôn bod fi yn dod mas ar llyfr. Mae wedi bod yn galanogol iawn, mae wedi bod yn bositif, felly diolch yn fawr i pob un sydd â neges, mae fe wir yn meddwl lot i fi.
Fantastic, a cyfle wrth gwrs. Nawr i fynd allan a prynu'r llyfr yna, os chi'n dymuno. Mae'n rhaid i ni nawr dychwelyd i'r gêm, nhw'n aros amdano ni. Ifan Phillips, ti'n ymuno Rhys a William yn y Gymraeg, Tom Hancock joining Sean Hawley for English language commentary.
Cross and all, welcome back. Church Bank. Half time is 28 points to 5. 4 tries for Llandovery. Bridgend did get back into it with Thomas Jevons' riposte, having gone 2 tries down early on, but with a yellow card, Llandovery has soared into the lead with 2. Tian Sparrow's try, and Tian Sparrow's looks a little ginger from that last challenge off camera. Little run, kick, pass, and it's there for Tommy Lewis. He couldn't quite gather, but now Ed Howley plays a little bit of football. Once, twice, 3 times. If that holds up, the fullback might get there. What an individual try that would be! And the ref has given it. Well, did he get it down? There's no TMO here, but it doesn't matter. Well, what a bit of football that was from a fullback. It started with a bit of a deep attack from Llandovery, a little kick across, and Ed Howley reacted, played a little bit of football, not once, not twice, 3 times. Watch this. Well, Llandovery looked to attack. There's the kick pass across. Tommy Lewis nearly got it. Then it fell to Howley, who dribbled it once, twice. Craig Bellamy, are you watching? He pushed it into the in-goal area and got there first with a touchdown. What a try from the fullback that is. All Ed Howley that is. What a try to start the second half. Now that, yeah, he's got his hands down on it. He's got downward pressure. Ben Bennell can add the extra 2. Sends it to the right to curl it around into the middle of the post. Good conversion from the 12, and now Bridgend. What a start to the second half that is. And Ed Howley, well, stealing the limelight and going off after that individual try. It looks like with a little bit of a leg injury.
Yeah, couldn't be a better start for Bridgend, and probably the game as a spectacle as well to hit back straight after the half-time. Shame to see Ed Howley coming off, very talented player, but looking forward to seeing Lloyd Wilkins, his replacement, who's a 7 specialist with the Preseli Barbers and has also played with Great Britain Sevens, take the field. He's a really good broken field runner. Excited to see him go.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Lloyd Wilkins, but Ed Howley does like a game, as does this man, Jack Davis, who yet again steps and breaks the first tackle. Llandovery now aware that Bridgend mean business in the second half. Some half-time team talk from Scott Baldwin, Matthew Jones. McDonald kicked well in the first half. And, well, Luke Price did a very clever thing there. He thought it was Ben Evans, actually. Well,
13 blue.
the penalty's actually gone the other way to Llandovery.
Tackle off the ball, just a penalty for me, yeah?
I think Ben Evans has taken the catcher off the ball there. He's changed his line aggressively at the last minute and stopped Llandovery getting underneath the ball. I think that's what the referee's seeing.
Off the ball, and there's no clear wrap, so a yellow card.
Well, he's getting a yellow card as well. That's
Tackle,
harsh.
clear shoulder.
That's harsh for my money. Might have changed his line and aggressively bars him. He's remonstrating with the official, but to get a yellow card as well seems a little harsh to me, Tom.
Yeah, certainly. Probably agree with the officials in terms of a penalty, denying Llandovery the chance to catch the ball clean, but a yellow card maybe seems a bit excessive.
Well, McDonald kicks the ball into the air. There's a chaser. It's actually Abraham. Oh, he's taking him a little bit early, nowhere near the ball. Bit clumsy more than anything.
Yeah, good hang time from George McDonald's kick, creating that contest underneath the ball. Just a little bit clumsy from Ben Evans. A little bit of a lack of discipline.
As they did in the first half, getting a bit of a surge on. It was Tian Sparrow that was the benefactor in the first half from this. And it's a sniper, McDonald. He's got Abraham. Has he got the strength to get over? The flag has gone up, though. On the far side, the assistant was right on the spot, Gareth Newman. It's spilled over a little bit.
No, don't run in.
Yeah, we don't want to see all that. It was Luke Price, of all people, involved in that. Well, there was a chance for a one-on-one by Abraham. He didn't quite make it. McDonald sniping down that short side, little step. And the halfbacks did enough in the end. Newman's flag went up. Let's have a little look. Little shuffle. Good tackle, and indeed the assistant made a great call. Harvey Nash, ably assisted by Luke Price.
Full captains here, lads.
Great tackle by Harvey Nash there, making sure he got the left leg of Keane Abraham onto the touchline. Really smart thinking there.
It's been an issue all game, okay? We need early numbers, clear before we join the line. In this instance, you can't just chuck in 3 and expect them to drop, okay? Clear numbers before you come and join the line. The rest are all on the line. We're going to reset here for the line out. Clear numbers before you come in. They will reset the line out. Clear numbers.
Lucas Yennel being quite firm on the line out. He's having some problems with numbers. The lines are quite confusing as well, but Bridgend have a dangerous line out, pretty much on their own line. And Burrows can't quite take it. Llandovery, they sniff an opportunity. It's not the white line, it's the yellow line, don't forget. And they are now within a metre or two of that yellow try line. They're building. Bridgend holding firm at the moment. The drive forward by Lewis to the left. McDonald, Tian Sparrow now looking for a hat-trick. Little pick. He's over the line. Has he got it down? I don't think he has. Brilliant defence from Bridgend.
For knock on from the line out, okay?
That'll be a goal line dropout. Desperate defence. I think it might have been Nathan Evans, the prop, who eventually got over it.
Just a scrum down.
Yeah, superb defence on the goal line there to salvage what looked like a certain try. Llandovery working infield with 3 successive carries and then recognising that over full Bridgend and striking back to the short side. But well saved there. I think, yeah, it was Nathan Evans, and you can see clearly held up. Great defence.
Once Nathan Evans clamps on, then it's not going anywhere, is it? Burrows helping, but Nathan Evans clamped on it. It is the big tight dead.
Happy, lads?
Bridgend with a player in the bin, winger Ben Evans. And McDonald and Abraham have looked to go down that left-hand side, Tom, haven't they? Where now Ben Evans is missing. So Luke Price is going to have to go over there, I think, and cover that area, which will leave them a back short on the open side. Be licking their lips, the experienced centre pairing of Rodri Jones and Adam Warren here to create something.
Yeah, I'd still expect Bridgend now to come hard off their own line with those 4 surviving backs on the open side. But yeah, taking Luke Price out of that long edge and putting him on the short side should leave them vulnerable somewhere. Rodri Jones, Adam Warren, like you said, Sean, will have that experience to know that there must be space somewhere on the field. It's just whether they can manufacture it to put the ball there.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy scrum for Harvey Nash as well. He'll be busy trying to get back round the open side should Llandovery come here to join his backs. Just in case Johan Hughes, Adam Moore and Rodri Jones have something up their sleeves. There's a lot of conversation in that midfield.
Can see Tommy Lewis now starting to get out on the paint of that touchline. I wonder whether they've spoken about a flat kick pass from Johan Hughes.
Yeah, a little something on the inside to hold Burnell and co. Here we go. That's an ugly scrum. Trouble at the base for Oshan Davis. He does well. He's well met though. Beautiful tackle coming in from Jevons with Burnell, but Llandovery still have it. They'll build from here. Gabe Hawley waits, fancies a carry. There's the big young tight head.
No, hands away.
It's there for George MacDonald. Lewis is held up. Jen desperate to hold out here to stay in touch with the yellow card.
Balls here.
Round the corner we go again. Joe Powell is there. It's going to be close to the line, that is. Referee has to watch carefully. It's going to be another pick and go. I feel MacDonald is back, leaving it to his forwards. The drive towards the line.
Leave it come.
It's short, says referee.
Leave it come, Red. Leave it come.
Well, the referee says enough of that.
He's pushed over, dragged over by the... Leave him up, leave him up, leave him up. It's going to be a
I think
scrum
we're going to end up
now.
with a 5-metre scrum here.
He's short of
Good
the
defence
limit,
from
he's
Bridgend
short
there,
of the
Tom.
line. He's been pulled
Yeah, it
over by
was
the
lots of fight to
It's gonna be a
control
scrum
that
down.
ball, but
Red ball.
Llandovery doubling up the weight, lots of latches into contact, making it really difficult for one man to stop double weight. But really good to manage to hold that off the line. Talking about the options off the previous scrum, I think this is an even better attacking position for Llandovery, splitting it right in the middle of the field with that yellow card in Bridgend's back line.
Let's go.
Yeah, a real difficult one to defend this with the back down. Almost worth sacrificing your 9 and putting him behind the scrum. Lots of discussion between Luke Price and Harvey Nash. Yeah, there he goes, you see, he's just retreated into the boot. Allow him to go either side. MacDonald assesses. Johan Hughes directly behind the scrum. A centre either side. Jack Davis is on this right side. Lots and lots of options. Oshan Davis picks and goes. Gives it to MacDonald, to Adam Warren, who shuffles it out. And in the end, it was as basic as that. And Keane Abraham is the benefactor. Well, they had plenty of options from that midfield scrum, and it was well worked in the end. And Abraham put a big smile on his face. He gets over, and that's the 5th try for Llandovery.
Yeah, really difficult position for Bridgend's backline to defend from. Oshan Davis getting that ball out the scrum, linking up with 9 to create the extra numbers, and Adam Warren then with a sleight of hand to get the ball away under duress. But really simple in the end. But that's what the yellow card has created, is that overload in numbers, and it's almost difficult, almost impossible for Bridgend to stop there.
Yeah, smiles all round from Llandovery, and takes them past the 15-point margin in terms of the separation between the teams. They're hunting bonus points, of course, and Johan Hughes has struck the ball beautifully tonight, and again that sails over. It takes Llandovery out to 35 points to 12, Bridgend down to 14. They have it all to do, the visitors.
Changes for Bridgend, Mark Thomas, experienced prop, and a change at 9 as well.
Yeah, Harry Holding has gone. Chris Williams is on at 9. trying to freshen things up a little bit, trying something, Scott Baldwin, to get his charges into this game. And every time they do, Llandovery bounce back again.
Early numbers, caller.
Tyler holding the throw in. And it's won first job by James Richards since he's come on. And that's knocked on the floor. So Llandovery survive that line out and will get the ball at the scrum.
Yeah, I think it's just the detail of the lift on the line out jumper, then not allowing them to set up that maul off any sort of stable base.
Well, if you skip your tea, you can have a burger here at Church Bank. And it'll warm you up because it is a little chilly here, I can tell you. Bobble hats on, first time this season.
Eight.
Don't talk with your mouth full. He's enjoying that, that's for sure. There it goes. Get it down. Nothing to see here other than a collapsed scrum, so a reset. And there's the big neon scoreboard on the side of the clubhouse. 35-12, plenty of time to go as well, Tom, so lots of tries left yet.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for Bridgend, it's about working their way back in score by score into this game and not letting that scoreboard get away from them. Llandovery, I know, have only got one mindset really, would be to keep on attacking as the best form of defence rather than trying to see the game out. I'm just looking at the defensive scrum setup from Bridgend here, 10, 12 and 13. Quite narrowly stacked, covering about half the field and then 2 in the backfield. So there's run or kick options for the Llandovery setup, and I'd expect to see this ball go to the far left edge.
And every backs are dancing around, keeping warm, because these scrum resets are taking too much time. And finally, McDonald can get it away. Hughes, what's he got? Well, it's straight to Rodri Jones, and Hughes now gets it at the second receiver. That allows him to get into the wide channel with Jack Davis, a step inside. He beats a man again, every time, the fullback. Big gain line on the hoof, the inside ball to Ocean Davis. Lovely play from Llandovery, they're humming now. And Jevons, though, over the ball, and that does finally get a turnover. And they've gone quick here. Chris Williams. Well, it's Luke Price. He's not going to outpace Jack Davis, that's for sure. Tommy Lewis, actually, who got back there, and Owen Hughes puts a decent kick in, but Chris Williams just trying to inject some pace into the team.
Yeah, it's a decent territorial gain as well, actually. To be able to try and kick to that far edge, create a little bit of pressure and force George McDonald to exit. They've still ended up with a line out, so worth the risk, I think, and good bit of game management from Chris Williams, trying to inject a little bit of tempo and life into it.
Again, Luke Price charged with sprinting down the left wing. Don't think that's the best option. As the rain comes back in at Llandovery, at Church Bank here, Llandovery RFC, Bridgend trying to get back into the game.
Out now, out! Out now.
Bit of a stalemate at this maul. Williams has to get rid of it. Bennell steps up. Price now. Oh, it was on a plate there for Abraham. It's still there, but it's been knocked on. Well, he was basically stood in the passing channel. Telegraphed, really. That's an open goal, Tom.
Yeah, he'd be frustrated that he dropped that one. Upward movement with the hand. You could see there's a real attempt there to catch it, but yeah, a nice easy read from him. I think that ball was in the air a long time.
He almost took his eye off it, thinking, I'm gone. And that's a chance gone begging.
That's Lavera boy, Cian Abraham. He is fast as well, so if he'd have caught that one, I'd have backed him to go the length.
Yeah, all the way. And the wind is coming in. Our notes have been blown everywhere, and you can see who'd be a photographer in a night like this. The wind is just pushing in behind Bridgend. Good scrum from the Ravens.
Just turn.
And clap from the captain, Zach O'Driscoll, wearing 8.
As I told you last, we're going to go forward.
24 minutes or so left on the clock. Plenty of time for Bridgend to put a bit of a stamp on this one. They've got a breeze behind them. The rain is horizontal here.
Don't rush off set up, right?
And we have more scrums, more resets. Referee really needs to push this on a little bit.
Highlighting where the league can be an effective learning tool. You've got Mark Thomas on the Bridgend side and then Josh Morse packing down on Llandovery side. Two ends of the spectrum. One really exciting young player, one who's been there and done it, but hopefully learning off each other despite the competition.
Mark Thomas has just stomped off for all his experience because he's been penalised by the young ref, and now we've got a stoppage again. This is another learning tool for me, is that we've just had 3 scrums, 4 minutes of play, ended in a penalty and now another stoppage, you know, for a chat. I think, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the game. What's a red card? Well, I apologise to the ref because obviously there's been some foul play or something in there. There has to be. Mark Thomas has been sent from the field.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, there's been some choice words.
Language. I'm not going to repeat it, okay? I'll watch him. But
Well, the referee has actually said that what Mark Thomas said has reached the threshold of a homophobic slur. And he's gone and has been sent straight off the field. But there's no place for that. And he's deservedly gone. Hughes was never straight. And Tian Sparrow is, that's a big hit from his opposite number there. Well, Jevons has absolutely smashed Sparrow, who knocked it on in the process. At last, we've had a bit of action, Tom.
Yeah, it wasn't straight from the line-up, and no compete from Bridgend allows the referee to play it on, but I think it was Zach O'Driscoll, it was on his opposite number. Huge tackle there. Real spite in that tackle. It was great to see. Real physicality, but technically sound on the tackle as well. It was great to see.
he's a marker. Yeah.
Harry Olden now have to come back on. Since Mark Thomas has gone. Well, we're a little bit shell-shocked, aren't we, Tom? But obviously there's no place for that in the game from Mark Thomas, and he's paid the penalty.
Bridgend looking to adapt. Do you think they're packing down with 7 without a 6 on that scrum? So I'd expect them to try and get it in and out. There we are under pressure because of that numerical advantage with Llandovery.
Big shunt, wasn't it? My goodness, profiles were good. That spoiled it a little bit, isn't it? And game's descended into a little bit of a mess in the last 5 minutes or so. What you have in place at academy level, Tom, about issues like that, about comments to officials, treatment of officials, respecting opponents? Is that something that's taught at the academy level?
Yeah, I think to be fair, the WRU do a good job in terms of the training that's provided to clubs at this level at SRC, but also through the academies in terms of acceptable behaviours, not just for on-field behaviour and sort of the language used, but also the way they live their lives in terms of gambling, alcohol, drug addiction, all the pitfalls, but also how to conduct themselves as professionals. So the training is there, and it is something that's sort of delivered by the union on behalf of the academies and the clubs.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, back to the game. Penalty to Bridgend at the last scrum. Luke Price goes for goal, if you like, down there. It's a good kick from the outside half. We're about 10 metres away. Let's have a little look at that scrum again. Well, Straight away the referee goes to the Bridgend side, and now then a red card, down to 14 players, but they're on the attack. They get it somehow. It was messy to Alfie Thomas.
Good.
And Llandovery have sniffed that one out, a chance to repel it and force them back.
No, leave it now, leave it.
Good carry. Sean Davis, leg drive up towards the 22. Counter ruck comes in. George McDonald under pressure here from Richards. Oh, it was a good charge down attempt, and it forced the kick to be a little shorter than McDonald would have wanted. So they're putting a fight up here, Bridgend.
Yeah, things like that don't require a huge amount of talent. Just fighting for that inch and creating as much kick pressure as possible. Tonight, despite not getting away with a clean charge down, what it has given them is a really short kick and a chance to relaunch their attack. So it's worth doing, and little things like that do add up.
Well, we got some changes here. Rodri Jones is off. Gabe Hawley. And hooker Cam Lewis is off, as Bridgend have
just a
little bit of a mess with it. But they still have it midfield. Just running out a little bit of steam. Bennell, what can he do? A little chisel through for his winger who's back on the field. Ben Evans, who does well. He's been lively. I think he's got it back on the floor as well, but just knocked it on.
Just a knock on from
Nice bit of creativity from Bennell and Evans there. And you're right, Ben Evans, everything he's been involved in has created something.
Yeah, he's dynamic. He's certainly a threat. Llandovery there electing to bring line speed from the outside, and good scanning of that backfield space. The little attacking kick was effective there from Ben Bennell, really into the right spot. Great right option.
Change at hooker coming up. Tyler Olding is off, and Alex George is now on. So Alex George will have to put a big effort in here. Big shove coming from Bridgend. They have to really try and create something. Another reset scrum. That's been a bit of a bugbear of mine for a couple of seasons now. Clock still ticks. And you would know as a coach how frustrating that is. Time at the end of games is so important in close games, and
just hold, okay?
It's just a waste of time for me.
Yeah, frustrating for players and coaches alike, but also for spectators who are watching the game and trying to get into a contest which for the first part of the game was really encouraging as a game, but yeah, punctuated now by the lack of discipline, cards and then reset scrums. Interesting to see they're electing Bridgend to scrummage without an 8 on this one, 2 flankers on Llandovery's ball, so interesting to see the tactical adaptations, that yellow card in front of us.
And indeed, they get the scrum. So tactics sort of paid off. Quite comfortable to go with 7 players, and now they've got a choice here.
On the line, lads, on the line.
Still debating Luke Price, just confirming that he's going to chip it into the corner. Bridgend have another opportunity to get their 3rd try.
Yeah, have to go corner. You'd bet at this point that perhaps the win is not what they're going for, but can they now chase the 3rd try, which would give them another 15 minutes to go after that 4th? And Llandovery away is a difficult place to come on a Thursday night, even the way the game has gone. If they end up with a 3rd try off what looks a maul here, it gives them something.
It's been spun infield and robbed, but was it illegal? Yes,
17,
says referee Lucas Yendel.
No, hold.
He won't let him go quick, but
17.
Bridgend are knocking at the door here. That was against Josh Morse, replacement loose head on for Jamie Hughes for Llandovery. Now, more substitutions.
7, yeah. Number 7, lad.
7, Tian Sparrow, 2 tries, is gone. His time is up for the night. On comes Jordan Evans, a starter against Eble Vale last week. 20.
Let's go, bro.
valuable minutes and more experience gained for T and Sparrow. It's really positive to see, and then strength off the bench with Jordan. And expect to see Josh Moore, so you just mentioned there, he's a really explosive ball carrier. I'd expect to see him show that at some point.
Well, that's the idea of the SRC, bringing these young players through, bringing these names through. We need it in Wales. Bridgend couldn't quite coordinate that last line out, so they've been knocking on the door but haven't been able to execute. Sort of been the story of Scott Baldwin's men tonight, not helped by the red card for indecent language from Mark Thomas towards the referee. And he looks a little forlorn. Let's go down to Lauren Jenkins and see what she's up to.
Line, yeah.
Nick Hudd sy'n cadw cwmni fi hyfforddwr Lanymddyfri ar yr ystles. Tipyn o folch ar y sgorfwrdd. Pa mor gyfforddus chi'n tymlo fel tîm hyfforddi? Be yw'r asesiad o'r hyn ti wedi gweld mor belled?
Dim cweit gyfforddus iawn to. Ni'n gadael nhw'n dod nôl mewn i'r gêm tyma bach a hefyd ar y pryd hyn. So gobeithio ni chi cael y pel ar Exeter, ond nhw'n jyst wedi cael kick-off, so mae'n rhaid ni amddiffyn to hwnna'r.
Be yw'r neges i'r eilyddion sy'n mynd mlaen ar hyn o bryd i gael y reolaeth na nôl o ystyried mae dyn o fantes gyda chi?
Wel, o'n i'n gobeithio cymryd fantes o'r dyn ychwanegol, ond ar y funud, mae'r sgrym wedi troi tyma bach. Hyd yn un, nhw un dyn a lawr. Nhw'n cael lot o kick-a-gosp, so gobeithio ni chi cael y gêm nôl nawr a ni chi dod i ffwrdd o'r ardal hyn a nôl mewn i hanner nhw.
Nick, diolch yn fawr am damser.
Well, while we were listening to Nick, Luke Price has left the field at 10, moving things around. What was Nick telling us there, Tom?
A little bit frustrated really with the way that despite being a man up because of that red card, that Bridgend have managed to sort of get back into the game, and they haven't been able to capitalise as yet. Llandovery and frustration also with the sort of the bratty nature of the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Don't step back, stay there. Oh, I appreciate that. But you hold the gap, you hold the weight. We'll engage on set. Clear enough?
Just come in legal, yeah. Keep it clean. Let's go. Good. Good off. I'm happy about it.
A difficult one for Lucas Yendel tonight, and good experience for him. A bit tetchy at times, and the scrum has been competitive. Both teams have had their moments. Lineouts have been scrappy. When the ball has been in open play, both teams have played some attractive rugby. Now then, Chris Williams trying to get his team. Bennell promotes himself. Oh, it's hacked through. It went loose, but did he come from an offside position?
Numbers on the 5.
Offside. So Chris Williams, who has injected a bit into the game for Bridgend, holding back on for Mark Thomas's misdemeanor. Now then, Richards just short. Williams is there, and there's a reverse penalty. Couldn't quite see who it was. I think it might have been Finn Thomas, as Alfie Thomas went for it. No, it might actually have been Jack Pritchard. Couldn't quite see the upright of the stand was in the way.
Yeah, it was Jack Pritchard.
Was it Jack?
Yeah, local boy to Llandovery.
Yeah.
Ysgol Broden Efor School. He's currently Wales under-20s eligible in the Scarlets Academy. Real scrummaging prop, but coming up with a good defensive turnover on his own line there.
Yeah, good position. Difficult to move. Fancies himself as a bit of a tap penalty try scorer as well. And we have a few more substitutions. John Hughes deserves a bit of a rest. He's gone well again, as he always does. And Llandovery now. Well, all of a sudden we look at the clock and 70 minutes have gone. Into the final 10 minutes then, still there at the back with Finn Thomas. Forward it goes, the 10-metre line. And they finally got themselves out of their own 22, Llandovery, after all the Bridgend pressure.
No, ball's available. Leave it come. Ball was available.
It's there, says the ref. Use it, and now he puts his arm out. I don't know what James Richards was doing there, but he wouldn't get away.
I called it, and he just dived straight on top.
Llandovery now. Well, have a very comfortable last 8 or 9 minutes in Bridgend's half, you'd feel. First kick of the night for young Stefan Jack Jones.
Yeah, hold on, Mark, there.
How would you assess this night if you were Scott Baldwin when you see your players in the week?
Early number.
Tom?
Yeah, I think Scott will be frustrated tonight. They've done some things well, but lots of areas of the game that was in their control. I think probably have coughed up some ball, have missed some detail in their line-out, which has stopped them building pressure. They've been a little bit ill-disciplined. There's been some defensive errors that are probably consistent to what they saw last week as well against Pontypool. So I think there'll be more frustration. You'd probably be quite happy with the second half in terms of more competitive and sort of more fight than them in the second half. But I think frustration would be the overall overriding feeling for Scott and his coaching team.
Well, they will have another chance now. Another penalty. I think it was Kai Jones. Went back down that short side here, flip on, went forward. Yeah, it's difficult when you have the points in the bag, the tries in the bag, and it's got really scrappy now. Bridgend, Williams injecting something again. Here goes Alex George, the replacement hooker, Olding in his second stint in the game. Round the corner, Bennell, step off the right foot. Straightened up.
No hands.
There for Bridgend. Here comes the big man, Owen Hatherill. The captain, O'Driscoll, is bumped backwards by two Llandovery defenders, and that's gone loose again. Oh, so close to a breakaway there. McDonald on the edge. Llandovery got their tails up in defence now, but that's a little high, says referee Lucas Yendel.
We've got the advantage.
We've got the advantage, Williams. Can he play? There's a Llandovery player laying all over the ball. James Richards decides to play the removal man. It's gone loose. Williams tidies it up. Bennell, little dink into space. Jack Davis a little slow to react there.
No advantage.
No advantage, and back we come. Game really has petered out into a bit of a sloppy affair towards the end here, Tom.
Yeah, I think Griff Evans has got his height wrong. There's a head-on-head collision given the penalty away. But yeah, I totally agree, Sean. I think the ball in play from the second half to the first would be drastically different. There's been very few multi-phase attacking sets before it's been punctuated by either a skill error or a lack of discipline, and the game has definitely descended into something that probably there'll be frustration on both sides for players and coaches.
Yeah, that's a bit high there from Griff Evans.
More.
What have Bridgend got? Still a bit of time, but they've been in Llandovery's 22 quite a lot in this half. Little to show for it. We go down the short side. Little show, Chris Williams. Has he got enough on him? Little step inside. What a finish that would be, but it's a great tackle coming in. Oh, he's had a great game, Ocean Davis, isn't he? With and without the ball.
Yeah, Ocean Davis is a top-end performer in this league now. Really versatile, 4, 5, 6, 8. But good both sides of the ball. I think he's a player for me who would have been one that could have maybe transitioned into the professional game, maybe one that got missed by the system, maybe a little bit of a late developer, but really high-end performer in this league, and good for Llandovery to have him back.
Well, the wherewithal to turn Chris Williams and hold him up was exceptional tackle from Ocean Davis. Chris Williams was hunting his 5th try of the season, but Davis had something to say about that. Here come Bridgend again. Ben Bennell has tried willingly to try and get through, but no room there. Olding takes it into Llandovery's 22, but there's a big red and white wall waiting for Bridgend here, who are a player down, don't forget. 14 men, Mark Thomas, red carded. Bennell slip pass, nearly got it away to Lloyd Wilkins. That would have been interesting to see the Gasman go, but it's a knock on. Nearly had a breakthrough there.
Yeah, and Bridgend deserves something there. Their backs are working really hard off the ball, trying to identify the right side of the field to attack on. So they're clocking up lots of meters, trying to work to both edges. Honourable mention for Ben Bennell. I think he's been really industrious. He's been one of the highlights for Bridgend, both on the ball as a ball playing playmaker, but also has been the one to sort of straighten the line and challenge them with his running game as well. So in a struggling team tonight, I think Ben Bennell has covered himself in glory. George McDonald's played really well.
I was going to say the same thing, yeah.
I think, there's always a temptation for Llandovery to put Lee Rees on early for his experience and his impact, but it's probably a testament to the game that George has had that Lee is coming on with 5 minutes to go. I know Lee is chasing 400 appearances for the club, so he'll be happy to come off the bench.
I think that's 378, I think that makes it, so he's edging closer. And he will get there, keeps himself in good nick. But I agree, George McDonald's had a very, very good game tonight.
Time check.
Okay, so we've got Alex George throwing in, wearing 16, seemingly a replacement hooker at a prop though, playing his trade here tonight as a hooker. And down we go with Thomas Jevons in control. He's got one to his name tonight. Can Bridgend get another? Bennell goes in there.
He's through the middle.
Here comes Gat to add some weight. But they're not getting any change out of Llandovery. That's collapsed now. We've got barely any Bridgend players from the post to the far stand. So it's going to be up the jumper side. Hatherhill is the big man wearing 18. Referee looks intently. And there is Richards to spin. He thinks he's over, but it's not the white line, it's the yellow line. I keep saying it, but it is confusing. Jevons hunting a second. Driven into the ground. Good defence from the Drovers here. Industrious stuff from both sides. Jen just can't get it over the line, can they? Williams to Bennell out the back. The slip pass. Oh, was that a deliberate knock on? Refs might look at that differently.
Gaff for me, it's just a knock on. As I've seen two
just hands. A knock on.
Anything for you?
That's the second time Cian Abraham has got away with it.
Ricky, anything?
I thought that one was a little bit harsh. The backs that had joined the maul initially for Bridgend had worked their way out to give them something to play to the width, and I think if he doesn't come in and influence that ball, I think they're walking a try, and I think Cian might be a little bit lucky there. There's one arm out.
I've seen that given as a yellow card. The first one, I agree, he was attempting to catch. That one, not so sure. So, yet another attempt for Bridgend in the 22. Clock has ticked up to just 90 seconds to go. Chris Williams looks, talks.
Boy!
Oh, it's channeled right through and taken Williams back. Oh, a little show. Full Lee Rees there, of all people. And he regained his composure. He's played well since he come on. Chris Williams. Hatherhill. He's a big man. There's Alfie Thomas, bit upright, and he's held up and stolen superbly there by Kai Jones. The replacement wearing 19.
No.
45 seconds on the clock. It's gone again. O'Driscoll to Williams. Oh, a big shot coming over there. What a hit that was. Llandovery. Brilliant defence from the home team as Bridgend throw everything at them.
No hands, Red!
O'Driscoll comes round the corner. Driven back again. Just one last effort. Bennell standing wide. Has options. Could have given it. Caught. Corley Rowley was waiting off his wing.
No.
And they get another penalty. I'm surprised the ref hasn't gone to his pocket. Indeed, he might.
No,
clock is red. This is be last chance saloon for Bridgend.
I give the benefit of the doubt in scrum time because we've brought on new props, okay? Yeah. But now penalty count out of scrums is starting to build up. It's official warning. Next one goes. Yes, sir.
Well,
Yeah, let me just clear.
set in a game there. There's Tian Sparrow.
Got to play down here.
2 tries in the first half. Young 7,
That's correct. We got
named by Ivan Phillips, our co-commentator
Time on.
on Cymraeg in Welsh.
On the line.
It'll be a tap and go from Harry Holding. He goes on his own. It was a good run, but he's brought down a metre or so short. Williams waits. O'Driscoll just not back. They go back to the short side. Bennell, little quick hands, and they do get the try. It's nothing more than they deserve for all their endeavour, particularly with 14 men. It's Lloyd Wilkins, who gets the try. But Jen get the final word. The conversion is taken quickly and missed. A good pass from Ben Bennell, flat and quick. Finished by Lloyd Wilkins. 3rd try. Now then, the clock is well, we have time. The clock is on 81, but we do have time. Restart comes in from Stephen Jack Jones. Now, Bridgend chasing a 4th try, essentially in overtime. Bennell, they have to go a long way. Gatt is caught. Llandovery will compete for this ball, and they get the turnover. Now, will they go for one final try themselves? They can go for the corner if they want.
Yeah, lads.
Stephen Jack Jones steps up. What's he going to be ordered to do? Well, he taps it and ends the game. And that'll be the final word. Llandovery, who weathered a bit of an onslaught in the second half, particularly the last 20 minutes. Well, they were always in control, though, because of their first half performance. They turned around at half-time, 28 points to 5. And were only able to add one further try in the second half from Cian Abraham. Jen came back, they battled back bravely, but it wasn't enough. And the red card to Mark Thomas, the loose head, for some inappropriate comments and language to the referee. Really spoiled the game, got a little bit messy at times. But Llandovery temporarily go to the top of the SRC with what is a pretty comfortable win in the end over Bridgend. Churchbank then, here is Llandovery 35, Bridgend 17.
Ail hanner rhwystredig falle'r ddau dîm, ond fydd Lanymddyfri yn poeni dim am hynny achos maen nhw wedi neidio I frig y tabl. Buddugoliaeth, pwynt bonus yn eu codi nhw uwch ben Glynebwy. Pen-y-bont felly yn aros yn y 7fed safle, ond fel chi'n gweld, 6 pwynt yn unig yn gwahanu'r trydydd tîm ar 9fed. A dyma chi gemer penwythnos, felly Aberafan yn croesawu Rygbi Gogledd Cymru, 8fed yn erbyn 9fed, Abertawe adre yn erbyn Cwins Caerfyrddin, 5fed yn erbyn 6fed, Caerdydd yn erbyn Pontypool, tîm Tom Hancock a wedyn Casnewydd. Dal I fod yn edrych am y buddugoliaeth cyntaf, Pencampwyr presennol yn croesawu Glynebwy. A dyma beth sydd I ddod dros yr wythnos nesaf. Uchelbwyntiau Super Rygbi Cymru di llun ar YouTube. Nos Fawrth am 10 o'r gloch, cyfle I weld uchelbwyntiau ar S4C Clic yn bod ni yn neud y daith I Parc Pontypool, lle fyddan nhw'n croesawu Aberafan nos Iau nesaf am 6:45. Wel, o ystyried am y nifer o fuddugoliaethau Lanymddyfri hyd yn hyn wedi bod yn rhai agos ambell 1 munud olaf, hynny llawer mwy gyfforddus ar y sgor y fwrdd, Tom. Pa mor fodlon fydd y tîm hyfforddi gyda'r perfformiad?
Fi'n credu mae digon o brofiad gyda'r tîm y fforddi i ddeall bod dim pob gêm yn gallu bod yn un sydd yn rwyddi edrych arno.
Mae'n dymor hir.
Mae'n dymor hir, a fi'n credu just y pwynt, Fi'n credu bydd elfennau o'r perfformiad hanner cyntaf, bydd tîm y fforddi Llanymddyfri'n hapus iawn gyda, a wrth gwrs 6 pwynt wastad yn rhywbeth i drysori.
Ti jyst yn awyddus i dadansoddi'r hanner cyntaf. Ti fan llawer mwy bywiog falle na'r ail hanner yn y diwedd.
Ie, yn anffodus oedd eitha anodd falle i wylio'r ail hanner na, o ddim lot i ddigwydd, fi'n credu with gormod o gamgymeriadau gyda'r ddoi dîm a nhw wedi gwely'n anodd iawn i gallu creu unrhyw fath o momentum mynd dros y llinell fantes na a wedyn gael yr olwyr mewn i'r gêm. O foment falle wedi Llanymddyfri'n dechrau mynd ar y drod flaen, byddai'r bel yn cael ei gollwng, ond o ran safbwynt Pen-y-bont, bydd nhw'n siomedig iawn falle bod nhw heb gael y 4 cais, achos o'n nhw wedi cael hen ddigon o gyfleoedd yn dwy ar hugen Llanymddyfri ond yn methu manteisio arno, yn wedi falle gyda'r sgarmes symudol yn gweithio yn yr hanner cynta, o'n nhw ddim wedi cael yr un fath o gorychafiaeth a canlyniad yn yr sgarmes symudol yn yr ail hanner, felly yn credu bydd Scott Baldwin yn hynod o rwystredig.
A Euros Evans yn fodlon iawn gyda perfformiad un dyn, dwi'n meddwl. Tian Sparrow, wnaethon ni sôn amdano fe cyn y gêm, wedi colli cyfnod hir o dymor llynedd gyda salwch. Faint o argraff nath e greu yn y tîm mas na, Tom?
Bles i weld y mas yn chwarae ac yn cystadlu. Mae wedi bod yn sal iawn dros y 2 flynedd diwethaf i fod yn onest. So i weld hyd yn oed yn cystadlu'r lefel yma, i gael ser yn y gêm a chwarae'n dda. Gyda nath e gyfrannu yn eitha sylweddol i bob agwedd a chwarae, nid yn unig y ceisiau. Na bod ti yn fyledwy, fi'n credu bydd e bach yn rwystredig gyda cwpl o wallau sgil yn yr ail hanner, ond ar draws popeth fi'n credu bydd e'n hapus iawn gyda safon y perfformiad.
Dwi'n meddwl na, ni'n clywed can y dyn ei hun sy'n siarad ar Rhys.
Fi wedi bod yn trio gryndo beth o'n nhw'n gweud yn siarad dan o Tian Sparrow yn wneud. Wel, na i ofyn i fe hun, 2 gais i ti eno, joyous di mas na?
Oedd e'n gêm dda iawn, ti'n bod, chwarae teg i Pen-y-bont, nhw wedi dod mas yn galed iawn, ond ples i'r boys, ti'n bod, cael y result na.
Corfforol oedd hi'n edrych ar brydiau hefyd, ti'n bod nhw'n taflu popeth ato chi?
Oedd e'n corfforol iawn, ti'n bod, cwpl o peli yn mynd lawr, o'n nhw'n bwrw'n galed, ond eto chwarae teg i'r boys, ti'n bod, just dal mewn na, dwy ffwrdd gyda'r pwyntiau.
Jack, o'r mas na eno?
O'r iawn. Dwylo fi'n o'r iawn.
Buddigoliaeth gyda 2 bwynt bonus i chi. Faint o waith oedd ei chi eno?
Lot o waith. Credu hanner cyntaf ni wedi dod mas gyda'r gwynt a y boys yn chwarae yn yr ail hanner bach mwy scrappy, ond fel ti'n gweud, just ples bod y boys gallu aros mewn a dod i ffwrdd gyda'r win.
Mae'r 2 o chi yn dod o'r carfan y Scarlett, chi'n dod lan i warech rygbi yn Llanymddyfri. Sio mae hwnna'n gweithio?
So ni sy'n cael anfod fydd yn pryd ni'n chwarae Scarlett, ond mae cyfle really dda i ni fi'n credu, dysgu off y boys hun a just cael bach o game time, so ni'n gallu cadw yn datblygu.
A beth am y gystadleuaeth Super Rygbi Cymru, ni wedi cael gemau ffantastig. Oedd e'n gret yn yr hanner cynta hyn o, nath hi'n ddi-siap, ond beth i ti'n neud o'r gystadleuaeth yma?
Fi'n credu mae'n cystadleuaeth really dda, mae'n un o'r cystadleuaeth yna bod unrhyw un gallu curo unrhyw un ar y moment, fel ni'n gweld bod Swansea wedi curo nhw pob couple wythnos yn ôl, so fi'n credu fi'n really joio chwarae yna, credu mae'n cystadleuaeth dda.
A ti yn o'i orffen gyda ti seren y gêm, o ti'n meddwl o ti'n haeddi fe?
Sa'n siŵr am hwnna, ti'n bod, oedd cwpl o'r boys yn chwarae'n dda iawn, so fi'n credu hwnna'n questionable, ond ti'n bod, eto, perfformiad gwych yn y boys.
Wel, yna, Ifan Phillips, ti arno potel bach o rhywbeth iddo fe. Diolch yn fawr, boys.
Diolch.
Wel, falle newn ni ofyn i Owen Hughes os mae'n heiddi fe, newydd ymuno a ni wrth ymwyr cae. Llomgychiadau i ddechrau, ond ni wedi bod yn siarad am Tian Sparrow a'r cymeriad mae wedi dangos i ddod nôl o salwch mor ddifrifol. Pa mor hapus mae'n eich chi fel garfan i weld mynd mas na perfformio fel nath e heno?
Mae fe'n gwych. O'n i'n gwybod gyda y ranbarth oedd enw fe'n dod lan yn eitha aml a wedyn i gweld yn neud y cam nesaf ware gyda'r seniors a mae'n neud yn wych. Corfforol mae wedi dyblygu fyd achos gath y salwch a wedyn mae wedi dod nôl a ti'n gweld y heddi'n hedfa mewn i tackles a mae dyfodol disglair dy fe.
Oedd yr ail hanner na digon rwysredig, fi'n siŵr i chi gyda chi ddim lot o bel, ond mynd at y hanner cynta, o'n i'n meddwl chi'n gweud patrymau pert y tu ôl, a fforddwch chi yn treal bwydo Pen-y-bont i ddod allan o'r llinell, a oedd e'n rhywbeth wnaethon ni sôn yn amddiffynol, o'n nhw'n dieddol o seithi mas, o hwnna'n rhywbeth wnaethon chi trafod yn ystod yr wythnos?
Do, yn enwedig hanner amser, ni chi gweld yn nhw'n dod a lot o cyflymder off y llinell, so fel Tommy'n dod off asgell fel rhedr eitha eitha hi, fel wedi oedi tyma bach, so oedd hwnna'n bwysig. Dechrau ni off yn rili dda, cadw pel yn dda, wedyn second half bach yn rwystredig gyda'r pel o'n i'n cael. The gwynt yma bach mewn i ni fyd, ail hanner, so tiriogaeth yn eitha tuffi mynd allan o'r hanner, ond bles gyda 6 pwynt ar y diwedd.
A chi'n eistedd ar frig y tabl, treian o'r gyngrair wedi mynd, neu tymor arferol wedi mynd yn barod. Tymlo nawr fel bod momentum tu ôl i'ch cefnau?
Fel wnaethon ni blwyddyn diwetha, really, oedd dechreuon ni eitha wael, a wedyn dechreuon ni pigo lan fel dros Nadolig mewn i'r blwyddyn newydd. A mae'n credu yn y gyngrair fel ma fe nawr, mae eisiau momentum yn mynd mewn i'r blwyddyn newydd, achos welwn ni cas newydd ar ôl Nadolig blwyddyn diwetha, a nhw jyst ar roll. So, fi'n credu mae'n bwysig bod ni'n oedi amser i redio yna yn dda, achos mae pawb yn y play-off, so dyna'r beth bwysig.
Lot i ddod, lot i ddigwydd eto dros y misoedd nesaf. Ioan, diolch yn fawr am dy gwmni di na'n fynd o'r mic. Ceri dwymo, mae wedi oeri fan hyn ar Bangor Eglwys, ond draw ni nawr at Rhys Williams sy'n cael mwy o gwmni.
Ben Bynel, dy fi nawr, y canolwr Pen-y-bont. Ben, y bas ola ddim yn stico, chi'n cael digon o bel, ond beth chi'n neud e fe? Dyna'r broblem.
Couple of 50-50s ddim wedi mynd that way, ond ti'n gwybod yn y hanner o'r cyntaf, credu nhw wedi sgorio 3 cais off, kicks in behind, ni ddim di mynd i'r pil yn gyntaf, a wedyn, same gyda ni'n bendo nhw ar y line, a wedyn, pas olaf, mae jyst yn mynd i'r llawr.
Beth sy'n goffo newid i chi?
Ti'n gwybod, mae wastad yn gêm anodd pryd ni'n mynd lan yn, mae nhw'n ail yn y lig. Ni wedi cael dechrau araf i'r tymor, ond dwi'n credu bydd yn dod. Fel ti'n dweud, just couple of passes yn stick o, ni'n 2 cais lan yn y 10 munud gyntaf, a mae jyst yn switcho.
Gret Ben, diolch am dy amser yno, cer i gadw'n dwym. Na i droi at y brif hyfforddwr fan hyn. Scott, another frustrating night for you. We've talked in the past about you've got to get out of the blocks quicker, but you were 14 points, you're right behind the pump again.
Yeah, it's something we need to fix, and maybe it's potentially a warm-up, I don't really know. But it's costing us, and if you look at the first 20 minutes and the score at the end, it probably reflects it. I thought there was a lot of pressure in the second half. We must have had 10 penalties in their 22 and nothing comes of it. I think the biggest thing for me, and it's been in my gut for a while, and probably tonight was the straw that broke the camel's back, is if this league's going to grow, there's 46 players on there tonight of really high quality. We need to sort the other 3 need to be at that level, because there's on Monday mornings, or tomorrow will probably be Friday, you'll have 25, 30 things which were missed, and look, we're all human, we expect mistakes, but I'm probably going to leave it there now, but I want to be crystal clear, that is not the reason we lost the game, and Llandovery were fully deserved of the result. That does not go away from that, but if we want this league to get to where it has the ability to get to, because there's quality in this league, we need to be better.
You could argue, of course, that this is the place for referees to develop and grow, and young referees to develop as well, but decisions didn't go your way. There were a couple of big decisions there that will be looked at again, and they changed the game.
I don't think I don't think they changed the outcome of the game, but I think there is multiple really big moments in that, and 100% it's about development. It's about development for players, coaches and officials. But it can't keep happening. We had the same conversations last year, we're having the same conversations this year. I think the quality of on-field rugby is getting higher. This year's higher than last year, and we've got to keep pulling it up. But yeah, probably enough said on that.
What about the red card? I'm still going to talk about officiating a little bit. You might have heard what he said, people at home did, and rugby is a game for everybody. The explanation was it was a homophobic slur, but there might have been something a little bit lost in translation. It all came out in the wash.
Yeah, look, I haven't spoken to Mark. Mark went in the change rooms, I've stayed out, so I'll have to have that conversation with him now and see where we are. But yeah, I couldn't comment on that because I don't know what was said. I know what is interpreted. We'll have to just wait and see.
Let's get back to rugby then. what's next? What are you going to go back? You don't have to go back to the drawing board. I spoke to Ben about it. It's those key moments, those one passes.
Yeah, I think so. It's about not getting frustrated or not getting bored. Look, our kick-off, first kick-off of the game, we drop, we build after that and get back into our system. But we do 3 really good defensive phases, and then we just do something off-cuff, which is a feel thing. And look, that's a coaching thing. We need to help develop how they feel in those moments and understand why they're making those decisions. And that's on us as coaches. Also, we have to be better at scanning from a defensive point of view, and we need to be more clinical when we have the ball. Like, we encourage the boys to play an expansive brand of rugby, but with that comes duty of care to respect the ball and understand when it's on to offload, when we want to go to edges, and when we need to be direct. We also, set piece needs to improve, especially in that goal zone. In the 22, we need to be more effective. We had multiple opportunities, and again, I thought Llandovery defended really well there. But we need to be better. We need to be going into those entry zones and coming away with points. It's at any level of the game.
Scott Baldwin, always a pleasure. Plenty to work on. Look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you. Cheers.
Ie, hyfforddwr emosiynol, braidd yn rhwystredig, Scott Baldwin fyna. Newn ni ddechrau gyda'r carden coch ifan, achos falle bod dyfarnwr ifanc, falle yn heddi bach o glod am gwneud penderfyniad mor amlwg, cyflym, benderfynol, a does dim amheuaeth am y peth, does dim lle am iaith homophobig yn y gêm yma.
Ie, war y teg i'r dyfarnwr yn y cyfnod hynny. Oedd wedi wneud y penifed cywir, oedd e ddim goffod ail meddwl am y peth. Wedodd e fe'n syth, drech bydd Mark yn hynod o siomedig dainan bod wedi gweud hynny, ond o'n i'n gweld y rwystredigaeth gyda Scott fyna, a fel nes i sôn, sim lle yn siwt beth yn y gêm, a sôn i moyn gweld felly oedd e'n hollol heddiannol o'r carden coch.
Scott yn amlwg yn cwyno am safon y dyfarnu, fel un o gyd hyfforddwyr Scott yn y gyngor, Tom, wyt ti'n cytuno?
Wel, mae Scott yn emosiynol fyna ac yn rwystredig ar ddiwedd y perfformiad. Fi'n credu be wedyn yw bydd pawb yn elwa os mae safon y chwarae, y fforddi a hefyd y dyfarnu yn y safon yma'n gwella. Beth wedai dros y dyfarnwyr yw mae hyfforddwyr i gyd yn cael gweld yn eitha yn hollol transparent, sy'n gwybod beth yw'r gair, ond ni'n gallu gweld beth yw proses dadansoddi'r dyfarnwyr, so pan bydd Lucas Yendel yn cael ei ddadansoddi na'r gan y tîm hyfforddi o'r dyfarnwyr, byddwn ni fel hyfforddwyr yn cael gweld yr adborth mae fe'n cael. Mae hwnna'n proses hollol ddwy ffordd, so maen nhw yn cael ei hyfforddi hefyd, a os camgymeriadau yn digwydd yma, maen nhw'n yn cael adborth a maen nhw'n gallu gwella arno.
Felly ar un llaw oedd Scott yn byniadu'r safon, ond ar y llaw arall oedd e'n glir yn gweud doedd e ddim yn esgus, a llawer o gamgymeriadau esgeil ystod yng ngêm Pen-y-bont heno.
Ie, mae'n un peth i falle edrych ar yr hyn chi methu reoli, ond ar diwedd y dydd o sawl peth yn gêm Pen-y-bont o'n nhw yn gallu reoli. Oedd ei disgyblaeth nhw'n wael, falle o ddim. Ni'n gweld camgymeriad fyna gan Luke Price yn cico'r bel yn syth at Ben Evan Hill, a hefyd yn arwain lan at cais Lanymddyfri. Oedd y camgymeriadau yn pentyru, a oedd y disgyblaeth yn sicr o ran Pen-y-bont yn warthus y prynawn yma ar diwedd y dydd pam chi ar y trod ôl a chi'n neud y camgymeriadau dir yma. Sim lot o beth chi yn enwedig yn erbyn tîm o safon Lanymddyfri. A wnaethon ni cael clywed o'r Scott yn gweud bod nhw wedi cael cyfleoedd dir yn y dwy ar hugen yn yr ail hanner yna. Dim diffyg cyfle oedd e, ond diffyg cwyrdeb, falle diffyg falle dealltwriaeth yn ei rôl nhw pan mae'n dod i sefyllfaoedd, a mae hwnna i gyd o lan o safbwynt y chwaraewyr, felly mae rai nhw teclus o lan ar hynny hefyd.
Un ar Lanymddyfri i orffen, Tom, nes i sôn am ei gêm gyflawn cyn y gêm. Pa mor agos o'n nhw hyn i nhw yn chwarae, cant y cant? O ystyried, maen nhw yn gyn-pencampwyr, maen nhw'n edrych nes di alw nhw'n ffefrynnau cyn y gêm. Os mwy i ddod eto gan y tîm yma?
Os, mae yna. Beth sy'n bwysig i ddeall hefyd yw faint o foes ifanc oedd ar y car diwedd y gêm yn yr ail hanner, gath e'n ffratio, gath e'n wallus, ond sy'n edrych ar faint o dim capiau newydd, ond bechgyn 18, 19, 20 mlwydd ddod oedd gan Lanymddyfri. Mae lot o brofiad gyda nhw i ddod nôl mewn i'r garfan, so mae lot fwy gyda nhw i ddod yn hwyrach yn y tymor pan fydden nhw'n ffindo rhythm a'r cydbwysedd yn ei chwarae nhw.
A hwnna'n bwynt pwysig yn dyw, a lot o Voice Academy wedi dysgu hyn, wedi dysgu sut yw i reoli gêm mewn amodau gwahanol. Ond dyna ni o Fanc yr Eglwys, digon i ddod i chi ar S4C dros y penwythnos. Pêl-drod sy'n mynd ar sylw di sadl Met Caerdydd yn erbyn y Flint, cyfle i weld Jess Fishlock yn chwarae gêm ola yn erbyn Awstralia yn y Crys Coch dros Gymru. Marathon y Ryri wedyn i chi. Nos Sul am 7 o'r gloch cyn sgorio yn dychwelyd gyda uchafbwyntiau'r penwythnos am 10 o'r gloch nos Lun. Digon o rygbi i'ch diddanu chi hefyd ar S4C, cyfle Gaerdydd benni bloc cynta, tymor pencampwriaeth rygbi unedig, gyda fuddugoliaeth yn erbyn Caeredin. Gêm ddarbu mawr yn Rodney Parade, y dreigiau yn croesawu'r gweilch, cyfle i ail-weld y gêm na di Sul. Uchafbwyntiau Super Rygbi Cymru i chi nos Fawrth am 10 o'r gloch, a ni yn teithio i Barc Pontypool, lle maen nhw'n croesawu Aberafan nos Iau nesa ar gyfer ein gêm fyw. Ifan, diolch yn fawr. Tom, diolch yn fawr. Edrych ymlaen i weld ti ochr arall y ffens wythnos nesaf. Ond dyna ni de, Lanymddyfri nôl ar frig y tabl, nôl yn eistedd uwch ben Glynebwy a Sparrow a'r Porthmyn wedi cael y gorau o'r cigfrain heno. Diolch am eich cwmni.